Hey beautiful ones, so it's Alison here again, day 3 of 5 of Intentional Bites of Creativity for you, and my apologies for being late today. I pulled an all-nighter and didn't wake up until after my alarm, so I'm here, and interestingly I'm going to turn that into an inquiry. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to explain the process and then we're going to jump into it and see what arises. So what we're going to be doing in these 5 days is 5 days of metacognitive drawing. Metacognitive, thinking about thinking, and drawing, obviously drawing. So we're thinking about thinking while drawing. It is a very interesting way for me to bypass my conscious reasoning mind or my personality or my ego, to get underneath, to hear the still, small, quiet voice of my soul. Sometimes she's quiet, sometimes she's not. And the more you practice this and the more you cultivate this and the more you nurture this practice, the more of a capacity there is to sink into that state of being or that state of consciousness at will. And it develops the tendrils, they start to strengthen and get stronger. So, you know, for example, if something you were just starting out and there's kind of this luminous golden thread that kind of links the two of you together, over time with practice and nurturing, that thread then becomes like a yarn, and then it becomes a rope, and then it becomes kind of like a metal fibrous structure that is capable of linking you in and connecting you in at will. So that is my aim for you as well. But we're just going to play. And so what the process is there will be some breath work, which is just 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth with a sigh. The inhalation is for about 6 counts and the exhalation is for 8. So the deeper or the longer exhalation helps to bring us out of the beta brainwave state and down into a theta brainwave state, which is when we're more a flight, fight, fawn kind of response, and quietens the nervous system, calms the parasympathetic nervous system, and it gives us access into these areas of consciousness where creativity, imagination, inspiration, divinity. Apologies, it looks like my internet is kind of cracking it a little bit, so I'm just going to charge my phone at the same time. So yes, what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 deep inhalations with an extended out breath, and then we're going to move into something called the intentional creativity coherence meditation. And so this is a meditation where we are pointing out in space, which is us, we're pointing at us out in space, and we're weaving together in figures of 8 the mind, the heart, the stomach, and the pelvic region. You can also weave in, if you want to, the lung area. I mean, if we don't have breath, we're not living. The same for the heart. So those kind of 2 things are really important. You know, the body can exist without the mind. It's fascinating. So anyhow, we do that. So we do that for a couple of rounds and start to feel the coherence with all those different intelligence centers in the body, internally and externally, and then we move into the practice. So the practice is metacognitive drawing. If you haven't done it before, all you need is a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper. I generally fold it in half, so I usually have 2 inquiries that I am pondering or reflecting on today. And so there's an inquiry. You hold the pen lightly in your non-dominant hand. You can close your eyes down if you feel like it, and then you just put pen to paper and just kind of follow it around your mind, what your mind is thinking, your thoughts. They can be doodles, they can be wiggles, squiggles, whatever you feel like. And then when we're finished with the first inquiry, then we'll move on to the second inquiry. And then after that, what we do is, what I do is I look at my 2 kind of sides of the paper, and certain things jump out, like certain shapes might jump out to me, and so I will highlight those shapes and look at them a little bit deeper, and potentially words or phrases might come out, and that is usually my action that I need to take for the day, the inspired action I need to take for the day, or something that I need to reflect deeper on, which will generally happen in a journaling process. So it's kind of like a little fun Kickstarter date to start the day. So the 2 inquiries that I have, I'll let you know when we get into them, but right about now I'm going to just settle into the breath work. Okay, so I just invite you to close your eyes down, and I'll turn this up because I think yesterday's recording was a bit quiet. So just invite you to close your eyes down and just breathe in deeply through the nose and out through the mouth with an audible sigh. Try and elongate the out-breath. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth with an audible sigh. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth with an audible sigh. So we'll just sit in this space for a moment and just let your breath return to its natural rhythm. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to take our finger, any finger will do, out in front of us, pointing back at us, and we're just going to weave these intelligence centers in together. So we've got the mind, the lungs, the heart, the stomach, the pelvic area, and then back up. And so as I'm doing this movement, this somatic movement that I'm doing, in my mind, I am actually saying, you know, my heart, my lungs, my head, my mind, my stomach and my pelvic regions are all integrating and coming into coherence. So this is what I'm actually saying to myself as well inside. So not only is there an action, the somatic component of it, but there's also a thought process that accompanies it as well. And I find that this helps to bring almost those 2 worlds together, and so the coherence can happen a little bit more quicker. Okay. And so now if you just want to take your pen and paper, the inquiry on the left-hand side is, am I really tired? That's what came through today. And the inquiry on the right-hand side is, what fun do I need today? So I'm going to flip the screen. Okay, that's a bit better. So non-dominant hand, close your eyes if you want to. Am I really tired is the question, because I've heard it a lot from a lot of people this week, and I want to know, is it really me being tired or is it something else? So, am I really tired? So I'm just going to move over to the other side now, which is, what fun do I need today? structures or symbols or elements that are jumping out for me. And there's actually a couple of words that are coming, which is quite interesting. And so on this side here, am I really tired? The answer was actually no. I'm not really tired. I'm just bored. So the first thing was laughter. That was kind of the biggest thing that I need to do today. The second thing was movement. And then the third thing was friends. So laughter, movement, and friends. So for me this day, I've always figured out that I'm not actually tired. I'm going to turn the camera around. So I've already figured out now that I'm not actually really tired. I'm just bored, and when I get bored I procrastinate and I kind of do things that are just time wasters. And so what it's saying is live my passion. And so I've had a pretty interesting couple of weeks with a very dear family member passing away, and also being interstate, I think 2 times during the last 2 weeks, which is pretty, it's good to travel and go to new places and stuff like that, but it generally means that it's me and my son kind of travelling around the cities and stuff like that and doing things together, and it can get quite exhausting going to all these new places. So live your passion. That's interesting. It sounds like this course and program that's coming through is actually what is needed for me right now, and to pour all of my focus and love into that, which is my passion, which is quite cool. And so what fun do I need today? Well, I need lots of laughter. So it sounds like we're going to go out and have a really cool day for playgroup. I need to move, which is something that I've been wanting to get into a lot more anyhow, and just be around friends or like-minded individuals. And so that's what I've got penciled in for today. So I hope there has been some interesting insight that you have gathered on your reflection with your metacognitive drawing today. Obviously I will be here tomorrow and then Saturday, which is quite exciting. Oh, sad. And yeah, if there's anything that you would like to, maybe you have an inquiry that you want to ponder or reflect upon in our process, so just drop me a message or something like that. The other thing is that I'm actually doing this, as I mentioned, for Prisma practitioner, intentional creativity practitioner training, and so part of it is actually creating sessions and working one-to-one with people. So if that's something that appeals to you, please do get in touch. These are complimentary sessions because it's part of building my portfolio in regards to being a practitioner. And if it's something that kind of calls to you, then reach out and we can set up some sessions and stuff. So much aloha, and I hope you enjoy your beautiful day, evening, afternoon, night, wherever you are in this amazing world. So ciao.